being a housewife is a work and is a job, the world does not see it as that, and that does not pay into your bank account. And so I just, I mentioned working at Victoria's Secret, and the number amount of times that I would see a wife come in and have to ask her husband for money for her underwear, that is so degrading. I don't think even men realize how degrading that is. And then because I worked at Victoria's Secret, so I'm going to little Victoria's Secret riff here, I would see her come in, and Victoria's has been around for the long time. I would see a woman come in her 50s and 60s with permanent indentations in her shoulders from having kids and not being in the right size bra, not being able to afford the right fitting bra. And it was like she's permanently damaged her body over the kids. And the guy goes out and does his own thing. So, I mean, have your money, and not just underwear, like have your own money, have your own sense of agency. Whether, like, you can be a stay at home and, like, run a blog and Pinterest, like something, just have something flowing in. And I do get that, like, childcare is way too expensive. So I do get there's a separation, but I think women are having to give up too much. Like, we couldn't even sign our own, you couldn't go to the bank and get a loan until I think it was 1971. You had to have a man sign for you. So I'm just really big on that. Um, so even for the women that are looking to be kept woman in a way that you have no only angels. And I always say, it's let your energy provide for you, and not in a way of like I sit here and I look beautiful, but in a way that you're energetically aligned with, like, what gives you life. like, like with opportunities. So anyway, sorry, I went way too upset. Um, and then 29, I thought this was really beautiful because Daphne Joy got asked a lot about whether or not she did boy-girl scenes. And I loved how she said, like, I'm enough of a show, you know, I'm enough of a show, like just as I am. Um, and something else, I guess this will actually end up being a list of 31 things, but it's just knowing that you're enough of a show. Like, nah, I'm enough of a show. And know that in every room, when you go to a party, when you go, you don't have to act out. Like, whether you're the loud person, the quiet person, you're enough of a show just as you are. Um, Number 30, Daphne Joy mentioned that a lot of times in her relationships, she unfortunately was someone that they perfected for themselves. Excuse me. And so, like, that's something to kind of like, in this relationship, am I somebody that they're perfecting for themselves? Or, you know, um, and also, I wouldn't try to perfect yourself for the other person. There's a difference between compromising and quieting you down. Like if you think about a kettle on the stove, turning the fire down that way it doesn't boil anymore, and it's not boiling with your spice, with your energy, with who you are. So yeah, know that. And what I thought was really, really sexy is I know Daphne is receiving a ton of shame. But she was like, she had one sense of agency in there in an interview that she'd done with Cam Newton. She was like, and she was joking, but I thought this was just so badass of her to say. And she was like, no, I didn't know it was filmed. If it was filmed, she was like, now mind you, because they were talking about whether or not she knew it was filmed. She was like, I had no idea it was being filmed. Now, if it was being a film, she's like, y'all would be crawling the walls and inside out because, like, she, like, out. And it's very rare that you'll see a woman, like, owning, like, girl. like, girl, if you were really to see, like, how it goes on in the bedroom, like, I handle my stuff. I handle my shit. And she said it with elegance and with class. She didn't swear like I just did. I just made it a lot saucier. But she was like, like, mind you, I think I have on my, oh, I was about to say, I think I have on my phone, but I'm filming on my phone. But I actually thought that was so badass because it put everything in perspective. Like, people aren't, I don't think, getting like, well, you say you don't like it, but then again, you have Only Angels. Just because someone's Only Angels does not mean that they've agreed to be filmed and their private thing like years before and have it blast in the internet to be watched when they didn't know. And you could even watch the video and you could be like, you could see that she's not enjoying it, which means she wasn't with a real man, because a real man, when he can see that you're not enjoying it, he will stop. This one did not. Um, and so, yeah, even if you're accepting money or funds for something like your body, that's, we're not trading, we're not literally trading our bodies. You're still walking out with your body. You know, when I get older, my body's gonna have a really sexy story to tell. I hope your body's gonna have a really, really great sexy story to tell too. If you think about your body as lingerie sets, and when they're in the lingerie closet, be like, girl, on this earth, on this world, this is how I experienced life. I got to do X, Y, and Z, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and feel sexy and feel everything. That's what it's all about. So I hope that this has been helpful. I also hope this has not been overwhelming. I will have the blog post below on just a few things. But like I said, the first three things, perhaps, just speaking, speak gently, you know, being soft, feminine, and buttery, and really listening to someone and looking them in their eyes when they listen. If you just do those three things of the whole list, um, yes, it will go easier interactions with men, but like more importantly, your body will thank you and it'll be much more easier on you. So I hope this has been helpful. If you're interested in learning more feminine energy secrets, see my program, The Goddess Reveal Plan. It's a program that I've put together. I continue to redo it every month, and I lived in this program myself, put it throughout the years. I also will have my 30-day lingerie design journal for your physical body. So it's looking at your body as lingerie, and it's a 30-day thing. That's part of both the Guys Reveal plan, but I also sell it separately. So it's a health and wellness journal that looks at your body as a lingerie piece. And then I also have my self love book, Your Sparkles Inside of You, for any time that your sparkle in your own body has gone to sleep. I was at a time in life where I felt like I lost my sparkle, and these stories from different women along the way really lit them up again. So I'll have that below. You can get that on Amazon Cloud Reader. You can also get the ebook that you can print out. And it's a beautiful thing to read every night. Just read one woman's story every night. There's about 31, 32 stories in there. And it's just like makes for a beautiful morning or evening devotion to your day. So, and here's to any future audios and posts being a lot shorter than this, because this took forever to film. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Hi, gorgeous. So I have one little addendum to the video that I just filmed. Well, that I filmed earlier today. And I don't have my microphone and stuff, just because this is just a quick note. But the most feminine part of Daphne Joy, it's not what she's doing or really anything on this list. The most feminine part about being a feminine woman is positivity. And so a saying that she does, I've been practicing, is that you find the light and then you expand it. So really think about that as point number 0, is you find the light and then you expand it, and that changes your aura, that changes your field. When a woman is, I think Stephen Speaks once said, when a woman is positive, it opens up her femininity like an oyster, or I'm pretty sure I just really messed up the quote. But positivity is the first thing. So find the light and then expand it. Thanks for watching.